Hello and welcome to basically team review. You already know the team. I showcased basically how to build a team yesterday, and this is the team I kinda went with in the end. And I played for the last 4 sets of the day there and went positive in all the sets, and 1-5-0 was also there. So I claimed like 150 points on this team, so I think it's actually really solid here. We're really hot lead with 9 tails. Lucky it was not charmed, so we were able to get in, stay in there a bit, got a shield from it, and we were able to catch a move. Now we can align our Dewgong against the Medicham, which we actually kind of want, because then we can avoid the Medicham with our G-Fisk in the back, and we can Icy Wind it down here, so it gets like some lowered attack, but it has Power Punch, which kind of negates that, but it's actually fine. Because now we should be able to punch him down here. This can only be a Power Punch, I think. So yeah, it shouldn't hurt as much. And he goes back into the 9 tails. I can shield here. I kind of want to keep it healthy in case he has like something like a Bastion in the back. I kind of want to get his last shield. So we can actually have our Sunfisk with a shield advantage against whatever he has in the back, and he just surrenders here, which is like perfectly fine for me. Our next opponent has Medicham against Bumsnow. Bumsnow is of course really bad for Medicham. I go to my Dewgong against the Sableye, which is always kind of cool. I always basically shield the first move against the Sableye because he's gonna get debuffed anyway. And this is just safer. And we get like more health out of that. Like if you shield the first one with Dewgong. Especially if you want to realign Pokemon here, and we actually get to the next move before he throws another move, so he actually shields, which is even better for us. We can just let it go and doesn't hurt us as much. I think he actually goes to return. Yeah, he goes to return, does nothing actually after 2 debuffs. We can just farm him down. Have the realignment, we can go for the Icy Winds against the Abomasnow here, and we are in a really good spot right now. Icy Wind still hurts a lot against Abomasnow. It's like nearly dead already after this. Snow does nothing against me, especially if it's debuffed, and he has Licky Time in the back. I can go into my Medicham. I still have my G-Fisk in the back. I can go for Psychic. I don't really have to care about anything right now. I just want to get this low. And yeah, we're in a good spot right now. This was like really a showcase on how good also Dewgong is, which is like kind of not as known because it's double legacy. Not a lot of people really have the moveset on there right now, and it's kind of got forgotten right now. My next opponent quits as well. And next opponent we have Medicham against Swampert lead. It's good that we face that in the lead, but we can swap out eventually, I think. Just gonna let the first one go, I think, because it does like half. We don't really have to shield. Exactly, does half. We can go for Psychic, get guaranteed a shield, or kill the Swampert. Both of them are fine moves for me. He goes into the Avengela, we can swap into our hard counter, and that's really unfortunate for my opponent. I'm just gonna go straight for the Rock Slide. So I get like not as debuffed, and I'm able to farm him down after this Rock Slide. Still a lot of health, so you're gonna get to a lot of lunges, but I only want the energy. Like if my Sunfisk gets low, I don't really care about that. He has a Swampert, like it does not really mean that much to me to keep the Sunfisk healthy. I just want the energy, and that's what we currently get. And I also know because of the Swampert I can just switch out into my Dewgong here, because there's no real drawback there. If he has like something which is good against Dewgong in the back, at least get like some debuffs against him. I still have my Medicham against Swampert, which does a lot of damage with counter, and one Earthquake kills the Swampert anyway, and he has Skarmory in the back. This is basically a good game. There's nothing really he can do there anymore. You kind of can expect a Skarmory in the back if you see a Swampert lead, and you can kind of expect a Swampert in the back if you see a Skarmory lead. Like those two Pokemon are basically always played together, so this is like a good game. I expected the Skarmory in the back, so it was safe for me to go to Dewgong in this case. And this is just game over right now. There's nothing really you can do. I think I'm gonna switch out here into my G-Fist, go for a Rock Slide. And yeah, he is debuffed, he can't do anything against me. Good game there. Excellent, well, let's see what he has. He has Medicham against Sableye. That's like the worst possible lead. I wanted to switch out like first turn, but just didn't want me to switch out there. I don't know why. He goes into... okay, I don't know if this was the right play here. He goes into Meganium. I'm just gonna double shield here and farm him down. I just want to get some realignment there because I'm casting with a Sableye. And if he has something weak to Medicham in the back, which might be the case, I can realign my Medicham against it and might have a chance. But we will see. He has a Skarmory in the back, and like now I'm cringing and like, why I think I wanted to have this against my G-Fisk and not against my Dewgong. If he went into... Okay, I'm gonna catch a move here because it's like basically the only thing I can do right now. Because this is just useless. My mage has like no worth right now. He actually throws immediately, which is good for me. And I can go into my Dewgong and try to debuff him. But there's like no play I can really do here, I think. I think actually he's gonna let this go, does he? Yeah. Which puts him low, but he can kill me before I get to another move. I needed another move here to be able to get like to be able to win this match here. He has 2 shields still and a Sable Eye, which is debuff, but still he can just switch out, I think, later on. If he wants, yeah, he switches out here. And here I just have to hope that I get out of this matchup, maybe with the Rockslide or get his shield before. Otherwise it's gonna be really difficult. And now it looks like, okay, maybe he's in Rockslide range and I get it before he throws his move, but he was barely not in there in that range, so I'm gonna get Brave Bird here. He was 2 much shots away. Kinda unlucky, but yeah, this is a good game. Hard counter lead. Nothing really we could have done there. Also card counter on the switch in. It's fine. That's guy next. We have Medicham against Frengki Simanjuntak. This is a matchup where you can have to stay in. This is not the best matchup. You don't really want to face that. If you have an XL Medicham, you actually be able to get to 2 ice punches if he does not throw, which allows you to get 2 shields. I think he actually... No, okay, he does not switch out there. I can just go for my ice punch here. And do I go into Dewgong? I actually go into Dewgong because the ice chart hurts him a lot. If he switches out of this matchup right now, I'm able to debuff him, and Deoxys comes in. Deoxys is like really bad for my team in general. I think I make a misplay here. Yeah, I should have switched out there already, but I expect him to have the Bastion in the back, so I'm just going to go for another Icy Wind, try to keep my my Dewgong alive there, so I can switch out my G-Fisk if I get debuffed by the Victory Bell by like Acid Spray, and I can farm him all the way down, especially if he has Bastion in the back. There's no way he can win this anymore. And he goes into Bastion, like, this game is over now. There is nothing that can take down my Stunfisk anymore. He goes into Victory Bell, I can just shield here. It's a Leaf Blade. I can overfarm a bit, just by 1. And I'd still outspeed the Bastion to the next move. And yeah, there is nothing really I can do here. Good game to my opponent. Tough lead, but you can at least get some shields there and you can win by that. Next, my opponent has Medicham against Azumarill. Azumarill, of course, also tough. Azumarill also kinda beats everything on the team, but not really as well. It's like all kinda neutral. Can go straight for the Psychic here. I think I'm gonna try to catch a move on my Dewgong. Yeah, I'm gonna go for 1 more move, and he throws against my Dewgong right now. I think he's at 99 energy. He goes to play rough, it's fine for me. He's already Psychic once, and he goes to Merrick. I'm just gonna go straight for my Water Pulse. Merrick is also kind of tough to deal with my Medicham, so I kind of want to get rid of this. I'm actually gonna shield here because I expect me to get to Icy Wind anyway, which kind of forces a shield from my opponent, or he puts him that low that I can counter him down. He actually does not shield, which is a good play on my opponent's part. I'm gonna catch the move on my Stunfisk. If that's the right play, I don't know. I don't get debuffed, I can get some extra energy. And he goes back into Azumarill. I think that's not a Hydro Pump, yeah, it's an Ice Beam. So I can just go and try to... I think I go for the Rockslide bait here because I kind of am in a bad spot and I kind of need the bait, but it does not work. Now I kind of have to let this go. I still survived that. He goes into, I think there was a Sable Eye. Oh yeah, this looks really rough for me right now. I can only like throw my Icy Wind here and hope, but yeah, he has to throw before, I think. No, he does not even have to throw here. Yeah, it's basically a good game, I think. I have to go into my Medicham and farm all the way down. I'm gonna shield the first move, but I don't think there's a way to come back from Medicham plus Azumarill. Actually get to the Ice Punch right now. If I catch a move, I would have been fine, maybe. But okay, yeah, Search Dog wasn't up, he can throw right now. And he goes into Azumarill, which is crazy. But this was his mistake. Never mind, we can still win this. I don't know why he just didn't stay in there. I think he would have got to a move before I get to a move, but he swaps out into the Zimmeril. I just farm all the way down and get to my Ice Punch in time. Next match is Zimmeril lead again. Like, we're seeing hard counters here all over the place, which is okay. We can just go for the Psychic. Actually, a difficult team to deal with this team is the tactical line with the Zimmeril double Ghost in the back, because basically the Medicham has no play there. Like, Medicham loses hard against everything on the team. But you still get like psychic damage on the Azu, which is like always kind of good. And I think maybe my opponent actually plays the tactical line right now. I have to see. Yes, Azu still. I think I'm gonna go for the Icy Wind before. Yeah, okay, I tried to go for the Icy Wind, but it just didn't work, I guess. He goes for the Ice Beam, which is a nice call of my part. So I can go for an Icy Wind again and try to get him low enough so I can kill him. Yeah, okay, and he goes into Merrick, which kind of shows me. Okay, maybe he has actually the tactical line and has Sableye in the back. I'm just gonna try to debuff him, and I'm just gonna try to debuff him again. And now he has a lot of energy on the Merrick, but I get a shield here, which is good. And yeah, he has Sableye. I kinda have to use my... Yeah, I tried to, if you saw that, like I tried to switch out into my Medicham. I don't know why it didn't work, but yeah, try to use it as a shield. And I go straight for the Earthquake right now. And he let it go, which is good for me. Now I'm gonna go to Medicham. I basically only use it as a shield. I don't really have any other usage for that. And try to farm down the Sableye here. And it actually works out. And I'm gonna go for the Psychic right now, which puts him really low. And I can go for the Ice Punch and still get some counter damage. And even though it's double resisted, counter damage still hurts. And now he's basically in too much on range, and I don't get an extra move in here. I have to let it go. If it's Shadow Bone, it debuffs me. Like the second one hurt more. He goes for Bone Club, which is not the right play in my opinion. He goes for another Bone Club, and we are able to farm all the way down here. Good game to my opponent. Against the next opponent, we have an 8-Tails lead with Charm. That's like horrible for me. And goes into Umbreon. Okay, against Umbreon, it's actually interesting. You can win this matchup if the opponent just no shield all the time and you shield the first one that basically hits you. I think I shield the second one because he gets there he gets there at the same time as before I get to my move, so I can just go straight for the Icy Wind right now. And he got an extra move in here, but I think I can actually get the advantage back here. And just with the Ice Shot damage, the Ice Shot damage is just way more than the Snarl damage. The Ice Wind just debuffs my opponent. Like over time, Dewgong wins a lot of matchups, which it usually should not win. And here, I can just go for the Icy Wind again, and I think I can actually farm all the way down now and get some extra energy as well, if I'm not mistaken. I definitely survived this one, so this should be fine. We gonna see if I can... Yeah, I can farm all the way down. I have an Icy Wind stored, which is really good for me. I can just go straight for the Icy Wind against the Ninetales. Ninetales goes for Charm. I can go into my G-Fisk now. I can align my Pokemon correctly again. He has his own Medicham in the back. This is still not over. This match is still gonna be really tough to win. I don't think we can win this. It's like really hard backline for me to deal with now. And I don't know why he didn't go to Medicham against my Dewgong, by the way. Like, this seemed kind of interesting. I mean, Umbreon is also like not as good against the Medicham, so maybe that's his reason behind that. But I'm just gonna try to bait him all out here. But I think he actually gonna no-shield this. Yeah, he gonna no-shield the Ice Punch here. I have to go for another Ice Punch. And still the Ninetales is not in Rock Side range, I think, so we can have a problem there. He goes for the Ice Punch. Ice Punch gonna KO me here. I hope I would have survived that. I'm gonna go for the Rock Side and hope and pray that it's gonna KO and I might have a chance still. He actually gonna shield this, which is definitely the right play. I don't have a shield anymore. He goes for the Power Punch, which doesn't do a lot, and I have to go basically straight for the Rock Side there. Okay, I overfarmed a bit because I was scared that my opponent gets to a Weather Ball in time. This might hurt, and this is gonna come down to the wire. The clock ticks down, but this Rock Side sadly won't KO. It only does like a bit more than 50%. This is like good game to my opponent, really close game there. And next opponent's Graft Lead, that's really good for us. He goes into Mew. Mew is kind of tricky, but we can actually kind of win this matchup with Dewgong, I think. If we shield the first... Oh, I think I don't shield... Yeah, I expected a Flame Charge there because he didn't load up to 2 Wild Charges, which most people do. actually like with their MU before they're gonna throw the first move. So he just went straight for the flame charge. I'm just gonna shield here, expect like double wild charge. I already threw my move here. So I'm gonna be able to lock him here. He can decide if he wants to shield or not. I expected him to shield because he gets another wild charge. I'm just gonna shield here and then I'm gonna realign my Pokemon, which is like really important for me in this matchup. Goes back into Scrafty. I can go for the Icy Wind. I can align my Magikarp after my Dewgong dies here again, which is good. And then I have to hope that my Stunfisk in the back can handle whatever he has in the back. And he has a Jirachi in the back, really spicy, really cool for my opponent. And we're gonna be able to win this matchup, I think. I'm just gonna farm up a bit extra and go for the Earthquake right away. My opponent goes here straight for the Power Punch, I guess? Yep. And he tries to his best to still win this. I'm just gonna go straight for the Earthquake. There's like no way for me to wait. Like there's no reason. And he gonna shield this, which is fine. He needs basically 2 moves here to KO me, I think. And even then it's gonna be close. I mean, he's buffed, but yeah. I can go for the Ice Punch here, and I think I need 1 more counter, and then he's gonna be finished. Exactly. Good game to my opponent. Actually, close game there. He nearly came back from that. Mew is like really good as a sales swap as well. Our next opponent, we have Magikarp into Azumarill again. Difficult, as always, but can go straight for the Psychic, throw on my extra counter and try to catch a move. And we don't, but he still throws, and I get 2 Ice Shots in, which is good. I'm basically an energy advantage right now in whatever he is getting into me right now, but he's just not gonna throw. I'm gonna throw my Ice Hand right away, so I'm gonna debuff my opponent. Ice Shot just hurts way more than Bubble, especially after the Bubble nerf, which was not really the case on the Prime of Dewgong. And he goes into Sableye, which is good for me, because now I kinda know what he has in the bag. It must be like AWAC most likely. And he actually let this go, which is good, and he has to throw before I can get to a move. So I can just go into my Magikarp and try to get some extra energy here, because Magikarp is basically useless in this matchup. And at least here it's like only single resisted thanks to the Dark typing. I'm actually gonna save my Magikarp and go to my Stunfisk, because I thought maybe the energy might come in handy later on. He goes into Azumarill again. I can go straight for the... Oh, I go for the Rock Slide. Expect him to shield here, but I don't know if he actually does. He shields, which is good for me. This is like perfect for me. I still expect the Merrick in the back, so I'm gonna get some extra energy and throw my Rock Slide here. He gonna shield again, and I can get to my next Rock Slide before he gets to another move, which is perfect for me, because now all I really need is to hit 1 Earthquake and I'm gonna win. My opponent goes into Sableye, and I can try to farm down, but he has actually a Terrier in the back. It's not even the expected Merrick, which is crazy. I can go here into my Ice Punch, but Ice Punch actually does not KO him from this range. So I have to hit another Ice Punch before I go down, and I actually get there. And we're gonna win this game here. Good game.